Hello everyone, my name is Arya Devdhar and this is part 3 of NCERT Class 10 Science, Chapter 1 Chemical Reactions and Equations. Okay, so in the last part, we saw what exactly are chemical equations and how can we write chemical equations. So there are three factors involved. The first one is writing physical states, the second one is adding physical conditions, and the third one, which is the most essential, is balancing the equation. So balancing is so crucial because it is important for some new concepts in 11th and 12th. So it is important that you get a good grasp on balancing and that you can balance any reaction which is given to you. So in this video, we are going to be seeing 10 more examples for balancing, which will be ranging from easy to a bit difficult. Okay, so I urge you to pause the video in between, try the examples yourself, and then if you get it, well and good. And if you don't get it, then you can see the video and try it again. Okay, so let's start. So the main topic of this video is examples of balancing equations. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, so the first example is a very easy one. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. So hydrogen plus hydrogen plus oxygen gives water. So how can we balance this? Well, as I told you in the last lecture, first of all, write down LHS and RHS. Write down the atoms present. So there is H and O, H and O. Now two are here, two, and here one. Okay, so oxygen is not balanced, so we have to balance oxygen. So here we have to put a 2 for that, right? So we'll get 2 oxygens, but we'll get 4 hydrogens. So now oxygens are balanced, hydrogens are not. So we'll have to place a 2 here so that the hydrogens will also be balanced. So finally, we can write the reaction as 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Okay, I hope that's clear. Yeah, so let's move on to the second one. The second example is N2 plus 3, N2 plus H2 gives NH3 gas. I kind of gave away the answer, I'm really sorry. But anyways, so let's balance this. This is nitrogen plus hydrogen gives ammonia, right? So LHS, RHS. So we have NH, NH. So 2, 2, 1 and 3, right? So here both are not balanced. So when balancing, you have to first balance all the other elements except hydrogen and oxygen and then balance hydrogen and oxygen. It's the very important rule of balancing. Okay, so here we'll balance nitrogen first. So here there are 2, RHS only 1, so we have to put a 2 here. So 2, this will become 2, but hydrogens will become 6, 2 3s are, right? Now we have to balance hydrogen, so we have to put a 3 here. So 3 2s are, we get 6. So N2, N2, H6, H6. So we got the same number. So finally the equation will be N2 plus 3 H2 gives 2 NH3. Okay, let's move on. The third one is Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Okay, so again we write LHS and RHS. So this is iron plus water gives iron oxide plus hydrogen. Okay, so LHS, RHS, we have Fe, H and O. We have Fe, H and O. So there is one Fe, 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. There are 3 Fe's, 2 hydrogens and 4 oxygens. So first of all, balance Fe obviously. So here we have to put a 3. So we get 3. Now you can see that hydrogens are already balanced. We have to just balance the oxygens. So to balance the oxygens, here we have to put a 4, right? So we get a 4 here. Okay. But now if this changes, so does hydrogen. So we get an 8 here, right? So here we have to put a 4 in order to get 8 here. So we have 3, 8, 4, 3, 8, 4. That's matching. Okay, so it's balanced. Now we can write it nicely as 3Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Fine. Okay, let's move on. The fourth one. The fourth one is FeSO4 under heat gives Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. Okay, so this is a very crucial reaction because it will pop up many times in this chapter. So it's a example of a type of reaction. So you have to remember it quite well. So anyways, let's balance it. Yeah, LHS, RHS. So be careful, there are many elements here. So we have Fe, S and O, Fe, S and O. So this is ferrous sulfate thermally decomposes to give ferrous oxide plus sulfur dioxide plus sulfur trioxide. Okay, so Fe1S1O4. There are Fe2, S also 2, and O, so 3. So 3, 2, and 3. So that's 8. Okay, so first of all, let us balance Fe. Okay, so we get 2 here, we get 2 Fe, we get 2S, and we get 8. So as you can see, we have balanced the equation. So 2, 2, 8, 2, 2, 8. So this is balanced. Not very hard, is it? Okay, so we get 2 FeSO4 under heat gives Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. Okay, yeah, moving on. Next one, the fifth, right? Fifth we have, KNO3 plus H2CO3 gives K2CO3 plus HNO3. Cramped. Okay, anyways, yeah. So this is potassium nitrate plus hydrogen carbonate, that is H2CO3, gives potassium carbonate plus hydrogen nitrate. Okay? Yeah, so let's write it down. LHS and RHS. Yeah. So LHS is K, N, O, H, and C. So there are many here. We have K, N, H, O, and C. K1, N1, O, so 3, and 3. So that's 6, H2, and C also 1. Here K2, N1, H1, O, 3 plus 3, 6, and C1. So here, first of all, potassium is not balanced. So let's balance that. So we have 2 here, right? So this becomes 2. N also becomes 2. And oxygen becomes 2. 3s are 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay. Now we have to balance. Nitrogen. So here we have to put a 2. So we'll get 2 nitrogens. And then hydrogens will also become 2. And your oxygens will become, the oxygens will become 2 into 3 and 3. So that's 9. So I think we balanced it out. 2, 2, 2, 2, 9, 9, 2, 2, and 1, 1. Okay, so it's balanced. So we can write it down here. So we get 2 KNO3 plus H2CO3 gives K2CO3 plus 2 HNO3. Simple enough. Okay, moving on. The sixth one, we have, this is also very important. So we have PbNO3 whole bracket twice, thermally decomposes to give us PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Okay, so this is also a very, very important reaction for your type of reaction. Okay, so this is lead nitrate, thermally decomposes to give lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. Okay, so anyways, let's balance it. LHS, RHS, we have Pb, N and O, Pb, N and O. So there is one. So now the bracket is there. So basically the bracket means you have to multiply. So here basically N2. So there are two N's and oxygens 3 into 2. There are 6. Okay. Pb1, N1 and O1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. Okay. 5 are there. Now remember, this is a bit difficult to balance. It is not the easiest. Okay. But anyways, let's try. So we have to balance nitrogen and we have to balance oxygens as well. Okay, so let's start with the nitrogen. So we have to put a 2 here. So we get 2 and we get 2 2s are 4, right? So 4 plus 1, 5 and plus 2 is 7. So we get 7. Okay, so this is basically it is not balanced, right? So for this one, I would suggest you that you remember, okay, you remember the whatever reaction is there, just don't forget it, okay? Because it's a bit difficult to balance, as I said. So I'll just give it to you. You just check it out. So finally, we get the answer as if you try it continuously, you have to cut it here and there. You'll get the answer, but it's difficult to get. Okay, so the final answer is 2 PbNO3 whole bracket twice. Thermally decomposes to give 2 PbO plus 4 NO2 plus O2. Okay, so the main trick is that though the lead are already balanced, you still have to put a 2 on both sides. You have to make it 2 here. Okay, so that's the main thing which is, confusing a bit. I did not get it my first time when my teacher asked me to balance it. I also did not get it. Okay, so it's a bit difficult, but you can remember it directly. So 2 2 4 1. So just remember that for NO2 the coefficient is 4. You'll get the rest of them by the trial and error method. Okay. Okay, so let's go forward. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask in the comments. I'll let you know how to do it. But for now, let's move on. Seventh one. We have MnO2 plus HCl gives MnCl2 plus H2O. Oh, this is going to be tight. H2O plus Cl2. Okay, I hope you understand that. I'm really sorry for the... Okay, I'll just move it a bit here. Give me a minute. Yeah. So this is also important. Okay, so it is manganese. So Mn is for manganese dioxide plus hydrochloric acid, that is hydrogen chloride, gives manganese chloride plus water plus chlorine gas. Okay, simple. Okay, so let's write down LHS, RHS. So we have Mn, O, H and Cl. Mn, O, H and Cl. So Mn1, O2, H1, Cl1, Mn1O1H2Cl4. Okay, so manganese is already balanced. We have to balance chlorine. So to balance chlorine, we have to put a 4 here, right? So we get 4 chlorine and we get 4 hydrogen as well. Now to balance hydrogen out, we'll have to put a 2 here. So we get 2 and we get 2. So we get 4 here. I'm sorry. We get 4 and the oxygens also become 2. So 2 into 1, right? And 2 into 2 is 4. So we get 1, 2, 4, 4, 1, 2, 4, 4. So this is balanced. So final answer here will be MnO2 plus 4 HCl gives MnCl2 plus 2 H2O plus Cl2. Okay, fine. Moving on. The eighth one. The eighth one is BaCl2 plus H2SO4 gives BaSO4 plus HCl. Okay. So again LHS. So this is barium chloride plus hydrogen sulfate, or as we call it H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid, gives barium sulfate plus hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride. Okay. Yeah, so LHS, RHS, BaCl, H, S and O, BaCl, HSO. So there is one Cl2, H2, S1, O4, Ba1, Cl2, H2, S. Oh, I'm so sorry. What am I doing? I'm really sorry. So 1, 1, right? So HCl, right? And S1O4. So now to balance it out, we have to balance chlorine and hydrogen on both sides. So basically, you have to put a 2 here. So we'll get 2 and 2, and this is balanced. Okay, so not very difficult again. So BaCl2 plus H2SO4 gives BaSO4 plus 2 HCl. Okay, moving on. Ninth one. So the ninth one is HNO3 plus CaOH twice gives CaNO3 whole bracket twice plus H2. Okay, so this is hydrogen nitrate plus calcium hydroxide gives calcium nitrate plus water. Okay, or this is also known as nitric acid plus calcium hydroxide is calcium nitrate plus water. Okay, so this is also known as nitric acid. Anyways, we'll learn that later. So LHS, RHS, balancing it, HNO and Ca, HNO and Ca. Okay, so H1, 1 and 2, so 3, N1, O is 3 plus 2, so 5, and Ca is 1. Here H is 2, N is also 2, so see here 2, O is 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7, and Ca is 1. So here nitrogen is not balanced. First of all, let us, Ca is already balanced, so let us balance nitrogen. So you have to put a 2 here, so we'll get 2, and also it will change the hydrogen, so it will be 2H and here 2, so it will be 4, and 2 into 3 is 6 and 6 plus 2 is 8, so it will be 8. Okay, now here we have to balance hydrogen and oxygen. To balance hydrogen first, so we have to put a 2 here, so it will become 4, and 2 oxygens plus 6, so that is 8. So 4 to 8 1, 4 to 8 1 balanced. Okay, So writing it down, 2HNO3 plus CaOH twice gives CaNO3 whole bracket twice plus 2H2O. Okay? And 10th, so I have one more after this, so total 11. I told you 10 in the beginning, I think so. Anyways, so we have NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2. Okay? So LHS, RHS. So we have on the LHS NaOHS, NaOHS. Okay, so 1 Na, 1 plus 4, so 5, H are 2 plus 1, 3, and S is 1. Here Na2, O, 4 plus 1, 5, H, H2, and S, 1. Okay, so here Na are not balanced, balance it out. 2, this becomes 2. So 2 oxygens plus 4, so that's 6 oxygens, and 2 hydrogens plus 2, so that's 4 hydrogens. Now to balance out oxygens and hydrogens, so we'll get first of all hydrogens, so here we have to put a 2, we'll get 4, and 2 plus 4, this is 6, so we get 2 6 4 1 2 6 4 1 balanced. Okay, so we'll get answer 2 NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus 2H2. Now the last one, it's just for your info, the last one is not an like nobody will give it to you in your exam, I don't think, but still I'm just info, it's just info. Yeah, so NaCl plus AgNO3 gives AgCl plus NaNO3. Oh yeah, did I tell you what this one was? So sorry, I didn't tell you what this one was. So this is sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen sulfate gives sodium sulfate plus water. Okay, so this is also known as sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid gives sodium sulfate plus water. Okay, so now moving on. So here we have LHS, RHS. So we have NaCl, AgNO, and we have NaCl, AgNO. So there are so many. Now let's see what happens. 1, 1, 1, 1, and 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, and 3. So you can see as it is already balanced, you don't have to do anything. Okay, so you can write it as it is. Okay, here NaCl plus AgNO3 gives AgCl plus NaNO3, and in the bracket you have to write this. It is called a self-balanced equation. It is called a self-balanced equation. Very important. Okay. So that's it for today. I had 11 examples and I hope you understood all of them. I hope you got all of them on your own. If you didn't, practice them again, and I'll put a link of a sheet down below so that you can check it out and practice, more difficult questions. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts, let me know. Thank you so much.